Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel for this week's plan with me. It is my first week in my new Clever Fox planner. This is the weekly premium planner, and if you haven't seen my setup video, check it out. I will put a card up above. It is a wonderful planner, and the company just keeps coming out with new unique planner styles that are super functional. You can find different daily, weekly, and their budget, meal planning, all sorts of planners from them that are amazing. So check those out. For this week's main goal, I put YouTube. I've been feeling very behind on everything lately because of the holidays that just happened, but I'm back on track. This is my first week back, so Monday and Tuesday are going to be a little bit more relaxed because that's the week of the new year. But after that, I really want to make sure I get back where I'm supposed to be. So in this week's priorities, I decided to put the items that relate directly to my main goal. That's how I'm going to use the priorities section. And the thing that I absolutely love about this layout is the dot grid, where I can make a to-do list the way that makes sense for me. That was my biggest issue with the daily planner, is the way the to-dos were laid out just didn't work with the way I plan. But again, this company has so many different layouts, so many different styles, so you can find something that works for you. They have more options than they did when I first got a planner for them, so they're really exciting. And they're not paying me to say this. They did send me this planner, but other than that. So I want to get some editing, voiceovers, and filming done, and then I jotted down some of my podcast to-dos. We're recording the 14th episode this week, and I need to finish editing the 13th episode, uploading it, and pre-planning the social media for that. So for this month, or for this year rather, I am planning on using these set sticker books that I picked out at the beginning of the year. So in my planner setup, I flipped through all of them. It's a wide selection still, but it all is stuff that matches, that can all go together and mix and match to create really pretty spreads the way I want them to look. So I'm excited about that. The first sticker I used was the cute little Munchkin from Once More with Love with a little YouTube icon. Although now that I think about it, it also kind of looks like she's wearing a YouTube dress, but she's not. She's holding it, I swear. So the first item on Monday is to go to the bank to deposit some cash. I use this cute circle credit card icon that came with the planner. I really love the stickers that came with the planner, and this half box where I jot down my nannying for the day is also included in that. So I use a little circle kid dressed up in a little onesie to jot down the nannying, and then we also had movie tickets for Little Women that night at Alamo Drafthouse, which we ended up canceling those plans because I'm trying to focus on self-care, and I was just feeling really stressed out about having to go back to the grind. I had been able to take off a lot of days in December leading up to Christmas and after Christmas, and just coming back to the real world was going to be a bit of a culture shock. So I decided to just take it easy. So that day I just nannied. It was actually 9:30 to 6:30, and then on Tuesday I had a nannying job in the morning, 8:20 to 2:30, and I put this girl with the unicorn from, Pumpkin Paper Co. with a unicorn, just because those girls really love unicorns at this point. I also jotted down a job from 2:45 to 5:30 with a orange flag and another little onesie kid, but then I realized that that was actually for Thursday, not Tuesday, so I take it down, and I actually end up getting rid of those stickers altogether from the spread and just put them somewhere to use at a later date. I wasn't liking how the colors were meshing with the rest of the spread. So I go ahead and take that off and move it down below for a while. Then I need to find something to cover up the date, and I find it's a little less than a half box that has gold foil around the edges. You can still kind of see the writing beneath it, but I'm not too worried about it. And I jot down that it is New Year's. And that evening we were planning on doing a game night, which we did and was super fun. That's something I've been wanting to do for a while, and we finally did it and I had a blast. And that's part of my goal to have more fun, is to actually set aside the time and make the plan to do a fun activity that shouldn't always need planning, but for me it does, because I'm a bit of a workaholic and I'm ambitious and I'm always trying to be productive. But we did that night and it was so much fun. Moving on to the rest of the week, I had jotted down my habits and skills, which is really my morning routine, although I don't always get it all done in the morning. Ideally, I will do the litter box, clean the bathroom, moisturize, read for 5 minutes, look at my planner, do some yoga, and put on a nice outfit for the day. I use this little sneaker that is also something that came with the planner. Again, really cute. I really love it. And then I realized that Wednesday I didn't have anything officially planned. So moving on to Thursday, I jotted down my 2 nannying jobs. I had this little coffee cup from the planner and a flag, or arrow rather, to mark down the nannying in the morning, and a little pumpkin paper girl running to the next job because I got to get there as fast as possible. The mom has an appointment at 3 and asked if I could cover, so I said I would try to get over there as quickly as possible. And then I also found this cute paw print gold foil sticker that I decided to put next to the litter box habit. I also started jotting down some of my personal to-do list, and at first I was struggling to figure out how to fill it, and I think I've found a system that I'm going to use that I really like, but for now I just put down pay rent and listen to, because I want to start listening to more music, and I ended up picking the album Wicked, but that was before I came across that plan. I've listened to it before, but I want to reacquaint myself with it because I really loved it. So I put this rescheduled sticker over the movie, and I also started to outline some of the activities, because the one thing that was starting to stress me out was the fact that I wasn't color coding, and the color coding is really helpful for me to be able to look at the planner and see where my time and energy is going. So I also wanted to record the podcast on Tuesday, so I peeled up the Pumpkin Paper Co. sticker and moved it a little closer to layer on top of that logo, and then used this pretty purpley blue circle that has specks of bronze foil that also came with the planner to jot that down and continue the color coding. Then Wednesday, again, I put down Little Women, but again, that didn't happen, but that's okay. I also wanted to get some writing done that day, so I layered a little coffee cup over a circle sticker to jot that down, and then I also later added a 3-point checklist of my big broad strokes of what I wanted to get done for writing, just so I'm not starting from ground zero and trying to figure out, so what am I supposed to do? Just to give myself some ideas of things that I can work on. I also put down little check marks that you'll see in a bit of editing the podcast from the week before and catching up on YouTube activity, such as the voiceovers and the whole to-do list in the week's priorities. I also decided to jot down deep cleaning my kitchen and taking down Christmas decor for my personal to-dos before jotting down some more YouTube to-dos, which is why it's the main goal this week, that it didn't even all fit in the priorities. So I jotted down the ones that I wanted to upload. So on Friday, I also nanny, and you'll see I put a gold important sticker and added a little bow just to make it look extra cute. I like how it turned out. That's the type of detail that I always really like in other plan with me's and have never really done in my own planner, so I was excited to see that. Then I also go through and put some little phrases into the spread, the I went to work on Monday, for example. I also ended up putting it's going to be a good day on my Friday to-dos. as well as a grocery cart to pick up groceries and do laundry. I'm probably not actually picking up groceries that day. I'll do it the next day just because I need to use the money that I make that day to do it. So at the end of the week, I decide that part of what I'm going to put in my personal to-do list is my fun activity for the week, my me time for the week, and what I'm listening to for the week. And that's a way that I can stay on top of my goals to set aside time for those things. I could also do my date night to-dos and my deep cleaning plan for the week, because that's usually what I've put in there is my cleaning to-do list, but I never really used it. So I really think this is the rare occasion where putting down all the details doesn't make me more productive. I just need to put down the task as a whole. I also plan to get the dishes out of my car that have been there for a while and are always rattling around. That ended up happening. I was even forced to do it because I went out to start my car on Tuesday to go to work and it wouldn't start. It was completely dead. No lights were going on, nothing. And finally, we called AAA, and to get to the battery, he couldn't go in the front because it was blocked. So I had to open the trunk from the inside, and I had all this stuff in the trunk. So I had to pull it out through the back seat, get in there, manually open the trunk from the inside because it's a Prius and mechanical. And then finally he shows up and apparently everything's fine. So it started just working perfectly again. He didn't do anything. It just suddenly started working again. So that's troubling, but I got the dishes out of the car. So there's that, I guess. For Saturday and Sunday, I want to jot down my self-care hour with this heart on a little teardrop sticker, my cleaning session, and a reminder to record. I also want to do my YouTube on Sunday, so I've put down a few of the things that I need to do for that, and a knife or a spoon and a fork to jot down my batch cooking. And I'm sorry you can't see that on camera. I'm still terrible at making sure that you guys can see what I'm doing as I'm doing it, but you'll see it at the end, and I put a little weekend banner as well. For the to-do section in the dot grid, I also jotted down that I want to work on the course for the month, write for 30 minutes on my script, and open up the production book. So I need to find it, pull it off the shelf, and start looking through it. Another important thing that I want to make sure I do each week is pick an affirmation. I feel like it's just a way to motivate myself. I don't think it'll change the world or anything, but I think it will help. So this week I ended up choosing, I rein in my thoughts, seeking peace and balance. So you'll see me jot that down in a little bit. And there's where you can see what I put down for the weekend. I am using a combination of Hobby Lobby Agenda 52, Michael's, and all sorts of stickers. I think there's a Happy Planner one in there, and then the ones that came with the book, and Once More with Love, and a couple Etsy shops. And all of them, I think, you can see they work really well together. They're similar color schemes, and it ended up looking beautiful. I'm not sure how I feel about having everything for the week on one page. Just because I am busy, it looks so chaotic and cramped and makes me a little stressed out. But I am also using a daily planner on my own time, and I might do a couple spreads for you guys in that, where each day I break things down really specifically. So this is really just an overview of my week that I can refer to when making my plan day to day. And I think that that will actually work pretty well. I just want to make sure that things look nice and organized, and I need to figure out my planning style for this planner. And you'll see in a moment, I actually go through and put little dashes to differentiate between the days to make sure that they look more distinct. So that's what I'm going to do now, I believe, to just make it look a little more independent. Oh, but first I put down a little circle that is gold and put go to bed early, because I ended up having that night off since we didn't go to the movie. I decided to do my own thing and treated myself to an early night to sleep. So instead of staying up late watching a movie or something or being social with Lex, I just went to bed and let myself lay there until I fell asleep super early. I still felt exhausted the next morning, but I think it's because the holidays I've just not been eating great and it's been chaos. But now it's the new year and I'm vegan and working out every day. That's how it works. So one day in, it's Wednesday today. I'm one day in and I ate vegan and I did yoga. So day one, nailed it. So that is it for this week's plan with me. Sorry that my descriptions didn't always match up with what I was doing. Sometimes it's hard to see what my hands are doing because the recording box covers it up. It's this whole YouTuber thing, but I love this new planner, and if you guys want to see the daily spreads, I probably won't do one every single day, but I can occasionally show you guys what I do for that to give you some inspiration. It's a really pretty day designer planner. If you haven't yet, please like and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys again soon. Bye.